Hello everybody, welcome to Andy's Beer Reviews for what will be a bittersweet review of this one. This is Free Fallin from Revolution's Brewing in Castleford, my nearest brewer, closest one to me. This is their Raspberry Oatmeal Pale Ale, coming at 4.5% ABV. Yes, I haven't seen anything official from the brewery yet, but news started to come out yesterday from their good friends and the bottle shop I go to in Castleford that they are closing their doors. So beers that have been produced will be the last ones, probably the last ones we see from Revolution's Brewing, unless something changes, something happens. There's always a small chance that something could happen. Let's hope so, eh? It's sad to lose yet another brewery. I think last year did we lose 83 breweries in 2022, and the way this year started, it's going to be the same, if not more, breweries going this year, which is incredibly sad. Particularly these guys. I mean, all brewers are good, but I found these a very, very decent brewer. Well, it's poured almost like a neon pink colour. It's not quite pink, but it's that sort of bronze, amber. I'm going to call it like a neon amber colour, with a good fluffy head, little bit of haze to it, good carbonation. Looks good. Looks good. Let's get some aroma, shall we? Oh, that is fruity. Big raspberry aroma. That smells really good. I mean, the energy crisis doesn't help, does it? Was it James Watt at Brewdog said if the price of their Punk IPA, for example, had gone up at the same as the price they pay for energy, it'd be £27.50 for a pint of Punk IPA. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's everything from a brewer's perspective. Raw material costs have gone up, haven't they, as well? So just everything is just compounding the issue. Let's taste it, shall we? Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's very decent. Fruity flavour, very fruity flavour. Plenty of raspberry coming through. Getting a little bit of a sweet malt base through. It's a little bit sweet. It's not overly done. Sweetness coming from the malt. Sweetness coming from the raspberries. It tastes fresh. It doesn't taste like an artificial raspberry flavour. I don't know if they've put raspberries in or whether or not it is a flavouring. I don't know. It doesn't say on the bottle label, but it does taste fresh. Really creamy as well. It's like a creamy raspberry flavour. Yeah, I don't know what we can be doing with breweries. We are losing it. A week doesn't go by without us hearing about a brewery, usually a small craft brewer, going out of business. I know the British Beer and Pub Association, they keep lobbying, I got it right, lobbying the government. They're looking for, quite rightly, a long-term solution to the problem, something that really helps brewers focus on their business, focus on growth, and focus on investment. I can't remember the figure now. I did a little bit of reading up about South African brewing industry. They are very well supported by their government, and percentage of GDP is massive. It's a really, really big industry in South Africa because they get the support they need. But over it's not. I think last time I looked here, our brewing industry's output percentage GDP was less than 1%. It's not got the same gravitas, and we have an excellent brewing history, and we need to keep it as long as possible. So hopefully the work people are doing to lobby the government on behalf of brewers, it's everything, isn't it? They lost in COVID, and I say it's time and time again. I've had conversations with people about this. They lost in COVID. Hospitality industry were protected, brewers weren't. It's not just small brewers that missed out on that. Big brewers as well just could not sell their beer. So I've lost in that. Energy crisis, they've lost in that because it is a fairly energy intensive process. If it's not just brewing the beer, which does need heating up, then it's all the bottling and the canning that goes with it. So they've got all those costs as well. Raw materials are going up, although it looks like in some of those instances where they have gone up massively, they're coming down now a little bit, so hopefully that will help over the future. We just need, and again, I say from the government, I don't really know if it's the government that can help them out, but we do need some targeted, focused support. That's what we need, and it'll stop, Mark and people at Revolutions Brewing stopping what they're doing, which they do really well. On that, I thought best wishes to everybody at the brewery. Hopefully, something good will come out of it. As drinkers, we could do our bit. I am buying more from bottle shops, more directly from brewers. I've got a lot of supermarket beers behind me, and I won't stop shopping at supermarkets, but where possible, I'll get something a little bit different from a bottle shop or direct from a brewer. I personally think it's worth doing. You can spend a little bit more sometimes. It's easy to go into a supermarket, just pick stuff off the shelves. When you look to buy a brewer, you're paying a little bit more, and you got the delivery on top of that, granted. Bottle shops, you're paying a little bit more again, and deliveries, you're getting those delivered. So it is difficult, and I'm in a slightly lucky position at the moment where I can afford to support breweries and bottle shops, and I know a lot of people are. Even if you can't, then just continue to buy their beers in supermarkets. Every little helps, I suppose. Every little definitely helps. So back to the beer anyway. I will review it properly. It deserves that, and the brewery deserves it. On the nose, big raspberry, really big fruity raspberry flavour. On the flavour, it's the same. It's a good raspberry flavour. It's not over the top. Sweet, it's not over the top. And it's good. The head's keeping really well. It's obviously an oaty beer, so the protein in the oats will keep the head there anyway. But it's helping the beer be come out quite smooth. It's a very refreshing beer, lovely smooth, and very easy drinking. The score doesn't matter, but if I was to score it, I would get a score 8 out of 10. I would buy that again. In fact, Yorkshire Craft Beers, I've got a lot of their beers in at the moment, so I'll be going down there tomorrow and buying some more of their beers to drink, because they are a great brewer, and it'll be suddenly gone and I can't have any more of their beers. Support your local brewers, support your local producers, support your local retailers where possible. If you can't, understandable, go from the supermarket. On that note, wherever you're drinking, please enjoy it. Until the next review, everybody, cheers.